So anyways,
okay.
They're both pretty much the same people anyways.
I mean, they're different
Anyways,
humans, but okay. So anyways, what's up?
so I worked at a cookie shop, and I had to work with a bunch of trans people, right, and a bunch of gay people. Um, so I never said anything mean to them. I never used pronouns. Never anything like that. And all I got accused of was being a
Wait,
white, middle-aged,
what do you
violent
mean?
guy.
What do you mean you never use pronouns?
Well, I used pronouns correctly. Excuse me, I misspoke. I always made sure to use the proper pronouns.
Okay.
And I made sure to do everything correct, but I was still getting this hate from a bunch of gay people. And
Where
they say
where were you getting this hate? What kind of hate are we talking about? Like, what's the
this was at my
context?
workplace. This was at
So
my
you,
workplace.
so I'm confused. You were just getting random hate from LGBT plus
Yes,
people?
random hate
But
from
but
LGBTQ
but
plus
why
people
though? But there's more context to
because
that.
they
You didn't
think
get the
I'm
hate out of
white because
nowhere.
they don't like that I'm white.
I have a hard time believing that. So that just because
That's
you're
what all
white,
it
they're
was.
just hating you.
And when people talk smack about you enough, you kind of tend to get
S-
angry when it's behind your
Well,
back,
but
correct?
it sounds like there's more to this because I don't think just out of nowhere someone's just hating you because you're white and like that you didn't say anything to elicit any sort of response. I have a hard time believing that.
No, that's incorrect because all the trans person would say,
Incorrect.
right when, don't
Incorrect.
cut
You
me
mean
off.
wait? Hey,
Don't
no.
cut me
Well,
off.
no, I will
Don't cut
because
me
you.
off. Don't cut
Well, I
me off.
will. I will. You just misspoke. You mean incorrect. Uncorrect's not a word. So I just want to make sure you said the correct word. But yeah, sure. Go ahead. Just it's incorrect, not incorrect. Go ahead. Hey guys, we can get to a new guest at 10,000 likes. Okay. So if you voted for Trump, if you don't think you're transphobic or homophobic, you can hit the request button. Okay. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Just hit the button that looks like a microphone. You're welcome to speak. No one's stopping you from speaking right now. You're welcome to hit the mic button anytime you want. I've already invited you to do that. Okay? I have a feeling you're complaining right now. You're either doing two things. You're either complaining because you think I'm muting you. I'm aware, Murdoch, they have the ability to hit the mic button. I've invited them to do that. So either they're complaining or they're talking and they don't realize that we can't hear them. So TikTok, you can just again hit the mic button, okay? But I'm gonna get to the next person because I don't think you're able to figure that out too much. Hey, Real, what's up?
Are you part of the LGBTQIA plus group?
Is that relevant to the conversation? Like, is that relevant to how you speak to me?
Oh yes, is MAGA? Why do you hate the LGBTQIA plus community?
Yeah.
I'm just asking if you are a part of it.
Well, it's B,
I
not
think it has a
P.
lot to do with.
Well, it's B, not P for one. But secondly, I don't think it's relevant because whether I'm straight, gay, trans, whatever, I don't think that's relevant to my statement here.
Okay.
So, do you have an issue with the LGBT plus community? Like any
No,
questions,
I
any
mean
issues?
I don't really care what people do with themselves.
But
I mean you can be a rabid animal for all I care,
you could
but
what?
Identify as a rabid animal for all I care.
Well, that's not the same though, because you're trying to equate those two. Like someone identifying as an animal is not even remotely similar to, being transgender. They're very different things.
Yeah, but it's the plus A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P group.
Well, that's not in there. I didn't see those letters up there.
Well, it's a plus, so it's everything after that.
Yeah, so everything after that wouldn't be directly included in the letters that we see there, but A, B, C, D, E, F, that's not in there. But what issue do you have? Because it sounds like you have some issue that you're trying to disguise.
No, I don't.
What's
I don't
the
have
issue?
an issue. I want to know if you were a part of the group. You don't look like you would be, but that doesn't mean you can't support them. Which
how does somebody look like they're a part of the LGBT plus group?
Well, I mean, if you're an outsider looking in, you're just different, man. You know, like a female trying to be a dude that gets her boobs cut off, or a dude who wants to be a chick gets his junk cut off, and
it's not a matter of wanting, but it's not a matter of wanting. It's who they are. But like, you don't have to have any surgeries or anything to be transgender. Like you don't have to be on any medications, or you don't have to have any surgeries to be transgender. It's not a necessity
No,
or requirement.
I guess you don't have to, but those are the type of people I typically encounter on this wonderful world of TikTok. Is okay. I'll give you this one. So there's a bar where I'm at.
Okay.
Right next door, there's a Planned Parenthood.
Okay.
And me and my buddy go in this bar, and these
Okay.
two chicks walk out, and they're happy-go-lucky, jumping up and down, high-fiving each other. Me and my buddy were like, "What are we so happy for?" And they were pretty butch-looking women, and they're like, "Oh, we got our hormones." I don't know what the hell they had.
Hormones.
Whatever name they have for it now, and
hormones.
Well, I'm sure there's a name for it.
What's your? I'm confused at what you're trying to get at. What's your point?
Well, I'm not there yet.
Okay. So do you want to get there?
I'm leading up to it.
Okay.
And they said, "Oh, we got our hormone shots." They had some name of it, and we kind of look at each other, and we're like, "Isn't Planned Parenthood for like women's abortion and medical stuff for pregnancies?" And that's what I thought it was for. And then they're jumping up and down. So me and my buddy look at each other. We just start laughing, and we just start cheering for him. Yeah, you go inject that shit in your body.
Okay. So what was the point? What do you? What's your point?
Well, you said, what do they look like? So I was just saying these two very heavy set butch women who were men.
Is it relevant that they're heavy set? Like I don't understand what these details have to do with anything whatsoever.
They're just adjectives, Just
no, I understand their adjective. I just don't understand why they're relevant.
They just are. I mean, they don't have to be relevant to you, but I find most LGBTQAB plus people are.
There's no A in there, or there's no B.
Heavy,
there's no A, B in that order. Yeah, there's A and B, but not in that order that you said. So I don't know why you're throwing random letters.
Is there an order?
I just don't understand why you're throwing out random letters in that sense. But again, can you just get to your point? It sounds like you just want to be up here to talk. Like what?
I mean, maybe I do. I'm just sitting at home waiting for my kids to get home. And I just saw you, and you're like, "Why do you hate the community?" I'm MAGA. I don't hate them. I support them. You do whatever you want to do yourself. I don't care.
Did you vote for Trump?
Oh, for sure.
All right. Well, but then we have an issue here because you're saying one thing, but your actions then say another thing.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're saying that you can do what you want to do, and you don't care and all this. But if you vote for Trump, your actions say that you very much do care what they do. You very much do care what they do with their lives. You very much want to control things that they do. So we kind of have a contradiction here, unfortunately.
Well, just because you vote for Trump doesn't mean you support every single policy he has. You could vote for Biden and not, or Kamala or whoever, and not agree with every policy they have.
Correct. However, though, there was nothing that they did that, in my views, infringed upon any human rights or any day-to-day thing that we as humans should be able to do. And Trump has, though, and that wasn't a deal breaker for you.
So I'm assuming abortion and stuff like that. We can get in that. That's fine.
But we're not. Yeah, but we're not even talking about abortion. We're just talking about the LGBT plus topic. What I'm trying to say, and Erica, you can go in 1 second. What I'm trying to say is that you're saying that they can do what they want, and you don't care. But Trump's executive orders, the policies by Republicans, they very much want to control what these people do heavily.
If it's being paid for by the federal government, sure. I think they should have a right to say whatever they want or implement any policy that they choose to if it's on the federal dollar. Now, when it comes to the abortion...
Do you have an example?
Yeah, we can talk about the transgender in the military, and the military is paying for these for their surgery? Absolutely not.
Okay, but do you hold that? Yeah, go ahead, Erica. You can do it. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, are you aware that everyone in the military is allowed to have an elective surgery?
Yeah, one.
No, they're not allowed to have an elective surgery. No,
they are. They are.
As a retired veteran, I'm telling you that they're not allowed to just have an elective surgery just because they want to.
Yeah,
that
well,
has
actually, they are
never
though.
been a thing.
It's always been a thing. In fact, I'm a veteran. But I'm a veteran as well. I served with people, I served with a woman in the military. She got a breast job. It was completely elective. There was no medical reason. You can get a nose job. I've heard of people getting nose jobs. You can get any elective surgery once, for cosmetic surgery once in the military.
Now you can. It is an option, but not everyone can do it if they just want to.
Sure, no, it's paid for.
You just said you can't though.
Yeah, it's paid for.
No, you can't just go in and say, I want a boob job, give it to me right now. No, not gonna happen.
No. You can say I want a boob job. You may not be able to say give it to me right now, but you are allowed to get one and it will be paid for, yes.
You have to explain to the military why you need it and why you think it is better for whatever situation.
By the definition of it being elective,
say no.
By the definition of being elective, it is not needed.
Well, they don't have to say yes. Is what I'm getting at.
Don't believe that's true. But even if that were the case, that doesn't contradict what we're talking about anyhow.
Well, not everyone can get any elective surgery that they just want. That's not how it happens. Now,
can I just point out to you, just regarding your previous verbiage, all veterans are retired. That's what makes you a veteran. You don't need the word
not all
retired
veterans are retired. No.
You don't need the word retired and veteran. One of them is not required.
Hey guys, we're going to get to new guests at 20,000 likes. We are looking for opposition. Actually, technically, that's not technically true. I don't know why I was about to call you Arizona. Eric, technically a veteran can be used for somebody who's in the military, but it depends on like the context in which you use it, but it doesn't really matter.
Retired is usually you get some type of retirement benefits. You've been in for a certain amount of time, a lot longer than other people. You can be medically retired, so you don't have to serve all 25 or 20 years.
Sorry,
it just means somebody who was. Yeah, it just means you were discharged. It doesn't mean you're necessarily retired, but it means you were once in the military.
It must be a cultural difference, because the word here, the word retired, means that you've finished something. You've finished doing something.
Yeah, it's all right. The word. I mean, it's all right. Yeah, I mean, retired, I guess, by military standards, that you did 20 years, but it's okay. The words are sort of pedantic anyways. But the whole point, real estate, is that they already get an elective surgery, right? So I'm not sure why you're making a big deal out of this when this has been the case always to begin with.
Well, it's just because not everyone can get one if they just choose to get one. Like if they choose, hey, I want my big toe removed and put it on the side of my head. No, that's not happening. Yes, people can get boob jobs. Yes, people can get nose jobs. People can get dental implants or whatever, sure. But that doesn't mean everyone can just get it just because that they want to.
Okay, but that still doesn't go against what we're saying, though, anyways, so that you still do get an elective surgery, though.
Right. Okay.
And I'm not sure why you would have an issue with trans people anyways in the military. They've been in the military, and there's never been an issue with it. They've met every standard to get into the military.
That's not military readiness. We're not spending our money so a dude can get his junk cut off.
Well, no, but again, that's not a requirement to be transgender. So once again, but they had to pass every standard anyways to get into the military. They had to meet every obligation, every standard. So they don't have to get a surgery. That's not a requirement, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just
so then why were they kicked out of the military then?
It was because the federal government was supposedly, they were wanting the government to pay for that stuff, which that should not. When someone is in surgery, they're timed down. They're taking money away from ABC to go to XYZ. It's just not. That's not where our money needs to go in.
But if that
the
were
military.
the case, But if that were the case, then just maybe put limitations on it. If anything, don't kick them entirely out of the military, because you're not doing that with other people who want elective surgeries.
And this goes back to the soldiers being kicked out because they didn't take the COVID vaccine.
That's a different topic.
But it's a different topic, but it's the same concept. Why are these military people getting kicked out, sent to jail at some cases, because they didn't want to take a vaccine?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, we did hit 20K, so I'm going to get to a new guest. Now, secondly, though, you agreed when you joined the military that you will take any shot that is given to you in basic training and any thing that they deem necessary there on out. If you don't like that, you shouldn't have joined the military to begin with. So I hate to break it to you, but when you join the military, you are property of the government, okay? I understand a lot of people don't like that, therefore a lot of people don't join the military, and that's fine, but don't complain about being government property if you are working for the government. Right? You can't have it both ways.
Well,
hey guys.
Also, the US military spends $84 million a year on blue pills. Is that for military readiness? Probably not. Probably for another kind of readiness.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying the live, click the red follow button on the top left. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and make sure you give Eric a follow. Chris, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm great. How old are you?
35.
All right, sir. What's in your mind?
Is this is the prompt, like, are you generalizing the whole, like, people who support Trump, or?
Yeah, well, I'm making this. I don't believe it's a generalization, because I believe that it's an accurate statement in that your vote in of itself says that they have hatred and harmful intentions against the community. So I think by the very intentions of your vote, it would ensue that topic, or the point of the topic.
I voted for Trump, and I don't hate anybody within that community.
Well, that's why. Go ahead. Yeah, you think what?
I said, I just think it's wrong that children under the age of 18 can make life-changing decisions such as self-mutilation.
I don't think you actually think that, though, because I don't think you would apply that to other medical decisions that are life-changing for children.
Well, I mean, it's...
I mean, do you apply that to all life-changing medical decisions that children would have to make along with their doctor and parent? Or just when it comes to trans people? We can get to the logistics of this and everything, but there's plenty of other life-changing medical decisions that children make along with their parents and doctor, right? Like whether it's like back surgery, knee surgery, stuff for cancer, whatever. Those are life-changing, and I'm sure you're not against that.
But if a kid is confused whether or not they want to be, a boy or a girl or whatever it may be, then someone needs to tell them that they cannot change their sex. It's their DNA.
Well, then it's not about it being life-changing. Then it's that you disagree with the medical treatment. You don't think it's medical treatment. It's not that you think it's life-changing. You just don't think it's treatment.
I just think that if you have to be 18 to enlist in the military, if you have to be 18 to do a lot of things, then you should have to be of age to do something like that.
Okay. But do you think this is an elective thing, or do you think it's a medical necessity? Because I think we may have a disagreement here.
I mean, I just think that should just be how it is.
Well, no, I'm asking, do you think like gender affirming care is a medical necessity, or do you think it's just elective?
Elective, maybe? Like a law, is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, well, that's the disagreement. No. I believe, based on the research, based on overwhelming amount of data and research, that it is in fact a medical necessity and not just elective. That's why I believe it's something that they should be able to have access to.
I don't think he understands the word elective, Doug. Elective means a surgery or a medical, any kind of like medical treatment that is not medically necessary.
Okay, right. Fair.
Okay. So it sounds like you think they're just getting it for like funsies. They're just doing it because...
I mean, I think that something has happened along the way for them to feel that way.
So based on the research that we have, the overwhelming amount of research, we see that gender affirming care, which doesn't just include surgeries and hormones, by the way, there's many other things included. It shows that overwhelmingly helps with things like depression, anxiety, self-unaliving ideation, substance abuse. It shows that it lowers those things significantly, actually. And that's why Eric and myself are for it, because we don't want kids struggling with those things, or anybody for that matter, really.
About all the data for the ones who want to detransition but can't, and they're feeling this way.
What percentage of people who receive gender affirming care detransition, Chris?
I mean, I don't know the exact percentage, but there are a lot of stories out there of people wanting to detransition.
What do you think the percentage is, like, give or take, if you were to guess? Like, do you think it's single percent? Do you think it's double? Do you think it's up double? What's that?
Of the whole community?
Yeah, of the ones that detransition or even want to detransition. Less than what?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. Less than what?
Probably less than 5. If we're talking about
it's about 1%. Yeah. No, you're actually correct. It is less than 5. It's 1%. So given that's the case, we see that roughly 99% are actually very happy and very very okay with the decision that they made, because it made a benefit in their life. So why would we want to take this away from the 99% of ones that do get benefit for the ones that it can and should be able to detransition? I think we should acknowledge them, very much so. I want to make that very clear that they absolutely should be acknowledged. And
let me ask you this. If you agree with this, do you think that anybody other than those people that want to do this should pay for it themselves, and it not should be on the taxpayer dollar? If they want to do whatever they want to their bodies, they have to pay for it, right?
I think it shouldn't be different than any other form of medical necessity. I think the way that we pay for any other medical necessity should be the exact same. I don't see why it would be any different.
Why would it be necessary for someone to want to do that, though?
Well, we just explained it. Because their self-unaliving ideation, on average, is very high, and we see that this drops it quite a bit. I would imagine you wouldn't want kids unaliving them, so I see that you dropped. But I would imagine you wouldn't want kids unaliving themselves. So,
Well, we'll never know, Doug.
I will err on the safe side and hope that he thinks that they shouldn't unalive themselves. But yeah, I guess we never know. Hey guys, if you are enjoying the live, make sure you click the red follow button on the top left on TikTok. If you're watching on the tube, subscribe. Make sure you guys like the live on both of them by tapping screen. I don't know what you do on YouTube, but whatever you do to like it, just do that. And make sure you guys give Eric a follow. And we now have access to super chats on the tube, by the way. So if anybody wants to send in super chats, I'll read your comment out loud associated with the thing that you sent in. Pam, how you doing? Pam?
You ended somebody's life.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you doing today? You having a good day?
Yes.
All right. I just need to know your age. I just need to know your age before we move forward. How old are you?
I'm 58.
All right. And did you happen to vote for Trump, Pam?
No, I didn't vote, but
Okay.
I don't have a problem with the LGBTQ plus A plus. I just feel people should let people live their lives.
Sure.
And not interfere with them. If you don't agree with it, you keep your opinion to yourself.
I agree. I would agree with that.
Live your life.
Sure. I 100% agree. So with that being said, Pam, let me get to people that do disagree, because I'm looking for debates. So since we agree, I do hope you have a great rest of your day, okay? Hey, guys, if I didn't state it, I am only looking for opposition. Opposition mean anybody who disagrees with Eric and myself, likely anybody that voted for Trump or has an issue with the LGBT plus community. That's who I'm looking to speak to. Okay? All right. Hello, Don. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm great. How old are you, sir?
59 years old.
All right, Don. Great to meet you. What's on your mind specifically? What would you like to speak on?
Well, it's about the why do you hate the community?
Sure.
And it's nothing to hate. I mean, if you're a man and you enjoy another man's company, you like that in your face and in the anus, that's fine. I mean, if you're a woman and you like other women and you like scissoring, that's fine. But the thing is, the only
Interesting.
thing I oppose, is that not you, but that young children, like 8, 9 years old,
Mm-hmm.
they're it's fine for them to have relationship with other, if there's a young boy, to have relationship with other boys, and you approve of that. I know
No,
you.
well,
I
Don,
know
Don,
what
do
you're
you,
thinking.
well, Don, maybe you should ask me a question first before you just assume things. I,
Okay, well, I made a statement.
you did, yeah,
Now you
yeah,
answer. Now you answer back. Now you make a statement.
yeah. Well, that's fine. I appreciate you allowing me to have the statement. So, yeah, I don't have an issue. So, like, kids date each other. That's a thing kids do, right? Like, just straight kids do that, gay kids do that. I think if you're going to do
Right.
that, they should practice it safely, right? And I think I would hope you would agree with that. Kids are going to
Of
do those
course.
things.
Of course.
Kids are going to do
Of
those
course.
things regardless of whether we want them to or not. You did things when
Of
you were
course.
younger, regardless of what parents told you to do. So I think they should be armed with the proper information. They should be
Well,
armed with
I
safe
mean, wait a minute.
information
Wait a minute.
and
Wait a
go
minute.
from there.
What it depends. It depends. I mean, my parents told me to not to do certain things, and I
Sure.
obeyed because I knew, just like you. Hey, you know what? Don't touch a hot stove. You don't do it. You know what? Don't have unprotected sex. You don't
Uh,
do it.
yeah,
I mean, that's what
I,
parents say.
I think in a perfect world, it is best that kids don't have unprotected sex. And I think in a perfect world, it's best that they don't have it at all, but we don't live in a perfect world.
No, we
And,
don't. But
so I think we should operate under the guidance that we don't live in a perfect world, and we should be able to work within those boundaries. In that, kids will do certain things, and we should be able to practice harm reduction.
exactly.
So
So
that's all I'm
since we
saying
don't,
here.
since we don't live in a perfect world, which is it's obvious. I mean, no one's perfect. Who cares? When a young child, let's say a 6 or 7 year old boy or girl, says, "Hey, you know what? I don't like my penis. I want to cut off," or a
Uh,
female,
uh,
a young girl says, "Hey, you know what? I want to have a penis." Like
uh,
you said, it's an imperfect
yeah,
world, so maybe
yeah,
they're making imperfect decisions
yeah,
at that age and
yeah.
shouldn't be forced or influenced by it.
Right, right. So that doesn't happen though. So I don't know
Oh
anybody
yeah, it
that.
does. Yeah, it
Well, it does.
does.
Well,
Yes,
Don.
it does.
So Don, give me an example because I don't know of any. I know a lot of people in the
You're
LGBT plus community. Well, Don, hold on. Let me speak, and then you can go. I know a lot of people in the LGBT plus community. I know a lot of medical providers that work with people in the LGBT plus community. This isn't allowed. This isn't a thing that I would be okay, nor I would know that anybody's okay with. That's not a thing kids are doing or getting, and they shouldn't be. So you're talking about an issue that's not occurring. Unless you
so
can give me an
so
example. You can give me an example,
so
and we can talk about it.
well. That's fine. You agree that young children, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, of course, whatever, they shouldn't be having a gender reassignment. They shouldn't.
Right, and they're
They
not
shouldn't.
correct, and they're not.
Yes, you're never. That's never happened. It's never
So,
happened.
Don, please give me an example.
Well, I'm asking you. You're saying,
No,
hey,
no.
MAGA hates
Well,
LGBTQ.
well,
You're
Don,
LGBTQ, and you're saying that that's never happened.
Don, how are they getting a surgery down there if they're not fully developed down there?
Their parents are letting them have it. Their
But
parents, their gay
but
their gay
but
parents are
they're
letting
gay
them have
parents.
it.
Okay, okay. I don't know what their parents being gay has to do with anything. But the doctor has to approve these things. A parent can't just make medical decisions.
A parent can't make medical decisions, but a parent can sign off on
Yeah.
on approving. Hey, you know what,
Okay,
doctor, so and so, go
so
ahead and do it.
So
Don,
show us where it's happening.
Don, hang on, Don,
Well,
you've made a
it's
positive,
happening.
Show
Don,
us.
hi. You've made a
Yes,
positive
yes, I
claim.
hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I
Okay,
hear you.
then be quiet. Okay.
Well, you
You've
talk.
made
Well, don't tell me
you've
to
made
shut
a
up.
positive you've made a positive claim that this is happening. Prove it
Not a
to us, please.
It is a
Yes, it's a
positive claim.
positive claim when you
I don't
say
think
it's happening.
I don't think
So
I think he thinks a positive. I think he thinks it's something else. What you're referring to, like positive, as in like a good claim.
no, you're making a positive claim, which means you're claiming that it does happen.
Yeah.
So can you show us? I didn't mute him, by the way. I don't know who did mute him, but it wasn't
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, mods, I do, guys, appreciate you helping out. Let us, Eric and I, handle like the muting and all of that. If we need your help, we can let you guys know, but we can handle it. But I do appreciate you guys' help. So, Don, can you give
Yeah,
an
I mean,
example of that happening?
if you're gonna mute me, then what the fuck am I doing on here?
I told the mods that we can handle it. So, Don, so they're not going to do it. So, can you give an example of this happening?
You're saying that there's never been a gender transformation for young children. It's happened. You know,
No.
it's
So
happened.
give an
So
example,
show
Don.
us.
Don,
You
give an
want the
example.
date? You want the date, the time, the person, the child?
Yes.
How can you do that? How can you do that? That's a HIPAA law. That's a HIPAA violation.
So then how the
It's a
fuck do you know it's
HIPAA
happening,
violation.
Don?
Because it is happening.
HIPAA, now I'm muting. HIPAA doesn't apply to you or me. It applies to people in the medical community. It applies to people in the medical community who can't give this information out to the public. Now, if you know this information, HIPAA does not apply to you.
They're messing up with
Don,
kids' brain, just like your parents mess with your brain.
HIPAA does not apply to you or me in the context that you are referring to.
HIPAA applies to everybody. It applies to everybody.
That's
Children,
not how HIPAA works.
grown-ups, it applies
That's
to
not
everybody.
how HIPAA works.
How do you know if it hasn't happened?
Then
How do
that's
you
on
know?
you. Then that's on you to prove it.
On you too. That's on you.
It is not. Don.
Yeah, it is.
Don,
Yeah,
the
it
burden of proof falls on you. So please
The burden
provide
of proof
evidence.
falls on you because you're making a claim. You're making a claim.
No. I'm not making. No. I'm denying the positive claim. So the burden of proof falls upon the person making the positive claim, Don. This is how basic debates work. This is how basic debates work. Don, this is how basic debates work. I can't prove a negative. Don. Don, I cannot prove a negative. Now, if you're going to claim that it's happening, provide evidence. Otherwise, we operate on the idea that
MAGA hates you. How can you prove MAGA hates you?
Don, do you have evidence that's happening?
We hate you. We hate you.
Do you have evidence that's happening? Yes or no? Do you have evidence that's happening? Yes or no?
I don't care if you take it at the ass.
Don, do you have evidence that's happening? Yes or no?
I don't hate you.
Goodbye, guys.
Don seems. Sorry.
No, guys, please. I would love to have respectful civil conversations, guys. I'm going to give the same attitude and tone that's given back to me. So if you come in and we're being civil and all that and cordial, I'll give that back. But if you're going to overtalk me and all that and continuously try to deny basic things that we're trying to ask for since you're making the claims, then it's going to be hard to do this, okay? So if you're going to make a claim that this specific thing is happening, you have to provide evidence of this specific thing. That's it. Not a big ask.
Don seemed very obsessed by what other people are doing in their bedrooms. I've never spoken to somebody who has named so many specific SMEX acts within a short period of time. Like what? Don?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can tell he thinks about it a lot if he was very explicit about it. Guys, we're going to get to the next guest, all right? I don't know why some of you guys are so obsessed with genitals and other sexual acts that people do between consenting adults. I don't get it. It's odd to me, all right? We are looking for opposition here, guys. People that voted for Trump, if you have an issue with the LGBT plus community, hit the request button, okay? Make sure you guys give Erica a follow. Guys, she has 0 coins. She has a lot more. She should have so much more than 0. What's going on here? Hey, how you doing, Day?
Oh, sorry. Nope. I just want to say I love you. I love gay people. Glad you're having this conversation. Happy Pride Month.
Thank you, Day. I appreciate it. Take care, okay? All right, let's get to the next one. Guys, remember, we're looking for ops, please. I understand accidents happen. It's okay if you happen to be a friendly. Yeah. All right, let's get to the next one. And remember, guys, we did pass 1,000 subs on YouTube, so we now can do super chats. So I've never gotten a super chat. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know anything. So whenever we get our first one, I'll read it out and we'll go from there, I suppose. All right. Destiny, hello.
Hi.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Cool. And did you happen to vote for Trump?
I did not vote.
Okay. What prompted you to join?
So I would assume for myself that I lean further to the right than I do left. I'm like mostly in the middle.
Cool.
I grew up with like both parties' parents, so I agree on both sides. The reason that I joined was because I don't believe that the entire right side hates this group, and if they did that, like you were saying earlier, in a perfect world, maybe that would be the case. Like everyone agreed on right side and everyone agreed on left side.
So my point of this is, maybe I didn't make it clear earlier, is that I don't know every single person that voted for Trump on a personal basis. I can't know everybody that voted for him on a personal basis. I'm saying the vote for him in of itself is harmful and hateful, because the vote harms and is hateful towards the community. That's what I'm trying to say. The very act of what Trump does and what Republicans do harms the community. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you disagree with that?
I don't know. I don't think so, no.
Okay. Well, if you don't disagree with that, I'll go ahead and bring it down. Okay, Destiny? Take care. All right, guys. We are looking for ops. Okay. And make sure you guys throw a little bit of support to Eric if y'all can. A little bit of gift set up here and there. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Charlie going once. Charlie going twice.
I think Charlie is a friendly, having looked at Charlie's.
Is he? Okay. No worries. No worries. Hey, user. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
How old are you?
21.
All right. What's up?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say the reason a lot of people kind of hate the LGBTQIA plus community is because even though you guys are a minority, you try and come across as like you're like the majority, if you know what I mean.
Like in absolute numbers, or like what do you mean by majority?
Like obviously in numbers you're minority, but you try and make out you're like the majority.
Who tries to do that? Like in which way?
Like a lot of people within the community will make out like they deserve so much more, or like we should change this just for them when they're a minority. So why would you change it if it's only a small number of people?
Well,
we change things for minorities all the time.
Yeah.
Like disabled people are a minority. People who wheelchair users are a minority, and yet we put ramps into places so that they can access them. So
yeah, but that's a physical condition, though.
Right. So.
But that doesn't change what Erica said. Yeah, but that doesn't change what she said.
I'm telling you that we change things for minorities all the time. Being a minority doesn't mean we don't change things for people who are in the minority.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I think that a lot of people get annoyed with it. I'm not saying necessarily myself, but a lot of people get annoyed because they think that the minority get the voice. Like they're treated like the majority sometimes, when realistically there's only a small amount of people.
Okay, you're from the UK, right? Name me a member of parliament who is a member of the LGBTQIA plus community.
Probably a lot of them. Probably most of them. They just don't say they are.
Being as they have the bigger voice, name me one.
Probably a lot of them. They just don't come out.
No, but name me one.
There's not one that's come out. No.
Yes, there is.
Zach Polanski. Yeah.
He's not a member of Zach Polanski's not a member of parliament.
Yeah, but he's in politics, though.
Right, but I'm asking you to name me a member of parliament who is openly gay or openly lesbian or openly trans. There are some, by the way.
What, in the Labour government right now?
Yep.
I couldn't tell you. I don't really keep up with politics.
Okay, so it turns out that actually the LGBTQIA plus community is not actually talking about it all the time, and is not actually making their voices or trying to imply that they are the majority, because if they were, then you would know who the gay people in parliament were, wouldn't you?
But the point is, it's like, why do you, like, you guys want to be inclusive, but why do you separate yourself with like a community? Like, why can't we all just be one? Like, why have you got to have a separate community? Like,
do you know the difference between equity and equality?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay, and it is what?
Equality is where, everyone's equal in that regard. And then equity is like, I would say, it's like certain groups of people, like if you know what I mean, like certain groups, how much they own of like the equality, if you know what I mean.
Not really. So equity is that we don't have equality, right? There isn't equality. Like there are a ton of groups of people who are treated worse than other groups of people.
Yeah,
What
agree.
equity refers to is helping, giving additional means to groups of people who aren't treated equally so that we can achieve equality. But I would argue in terms of the LGBTQIA plus community specifically, this is a group of people who up until the 1960s in the country that you live in and that I live in, it was illegal to be a member of that community. You can't name me another community that it was illegal to be a member of in this country. Like you just can't because there aren't any. So when you say, "Oh, you will make yourselves sound like you're the majority," it's just because they haven't been able to talk about themselves for the majority of human history. So why would you not make a big thing because now it's not illegal? Like, why wouldn't you?
No, I just guess like what we want to be inclusive and like all that stuff, but I feel like you guys sometimes like you separate yourselves as like a separate entity when we should all just be one. You know what I mean?
When you say you guys, I'm not a member of the LGBTQIA plus community, and I don't feel like members of it separate themselves. I feel like the
But like the
non-members.
flag, the marches, all this stuff, it kind of separates
They're not
you from.
separating themselves. Listen, we're all humans at the end of the day, and everybody I know in the LGBT plus community all recognizes that. But there are differences between humans that, unfortunately, sometimes we use to put down other people. And this is one of the things that we do, unfortunately, as a society to do that. Now, again, we're all humans at the end of the day, and nobody makes it their personality. But it is one of the things that, unfortunately, people have done to put others down and to harm them. And that's all we're saying. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. And I guess another point is as well with like the LGBT community as well. What a lot of people at the minute aren't liking is the fact it's getting pushed on like the younger generation when they're not old enough yet to kind of reveal their sexuality, if you know what I mean. Like school, like books in primary school, things like this.
What specifically is being pushed that you find to be inappropriate? Like what? Like
Like
what
there
in
was a
books? What
book.
do you mean?
There was a book in UK libraries for like primary school, early secondary school students called like "In My Daddy's Belly." It's essentially where like a transgender man gets pregnant, which obviously isn't real. That can't happen. And
Yes,
Really?
it
to push
can.
Transgender
to
men
push that
don't have
onto younger
uteruses?
people.
Wait,
Can you
A
let me
wait,
speak
user.
first?
transgender
Can
man.
you let me speak?
No, but you're wrong. A transgender man, it's absolutely possible that a trans man can get pregnant
Yeah,
Yeah, but
they
why does a
often.
12-year-old need to know about that?
because some children have trans parents.
Yeah, and they can discuss that at home. It doesn't need to be there for everyone else.
Yeah, but it's not
Why?
always safe with those people. So unfortunately, that doesn't happen like you would like to believe.
But the
Why?
thing
Why?
is, why is other sexuality and other stuff like that able to be discussed in school in certain contexts, like in sex ed? But why not this? Why is that okay?
Because why would you teach something that's a minority to everyone?
We teach.
Because it's applicable.
I'm fed up of this. Why would we teach things that are minority? We teach things that are We teach Pythagoras theorem in maths, which the minority of people are going to have to use when they're adults. We teach people about things from history that they're not going to have to know later in life. We teach things all the time that are about or for or include minorities, and we include stuff that only the minority of people are going to have to use in the future. It's standard in schools that we do these things.
Well, so you believe that everyone should be taught like gay sex, like all that stuff?
User, do
Not
you
being
believe
taught.
that knowledge
Hang
is
on, hang on,
power?
Mitra, because I actually teach this stuff.
Yeah,
Nobody's
sorry.
teaching gay sex in
Like,
British schools.
Yeah, I know they're not, but do you believe they should?
what do you mean by gay sex, though? Like
Like,
it
do you
should
think
be
they
taught.
should?
It should be taught in the sense of safe sex, just as any other type of sex is taught in the context of safe sex. So
Like, do you not think that, like, for example, they shouldn't? If you're like, as I said, I think if you want to be gay, you want to be lesbian, that's fine, whatever. But do you think that should be something that should be discussed at home with their parents or their family?
What
Because
about if
that's
they're
their sexuality.
Right, I'm gonna tell you, I'm teaching sex education right now. Sorry, my mum just called me. It's the time of year where I'm teaching sex education. We leave it till the summer because the kids know their teachers really well, and there's like trust there and all of that stuff. Okay. I'm teaching it right now, and what I'm going to tell you, and this may be amazing to you, is that most parents leave it until I teach it. I am the first person, and by the way, the parents are informed of exactly what we teach and when we teach it, and they have the option of withdrawing their child from it until their child is 16 years old. They can withdraw their child from any sex education in schools, apart from in the science curriculum. But what I'm telling you is most parents don't teach this to their children, and schools are the place where most children learn about this. And what I'm also going to tell you is that there are a whole ton of parents who are completely unequipped to teach their children about sex. I'm going to ask you a question, user. Okay,
Yeah.
where do women pee from?
Where the woman pee from?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not a woman. Vagina.
Right. The answer is no. It's not the vagina. And this is why you should not be teaching your own child sex education, because you don't know the parts of a woman's body. And what you're saying is that you should be teaching it to them, and you don't even know the parts of the body.
I wouldn't need to know that because I'm not a woman.
But that's not the point. The point is that parents should be teaching these things because parents don't know enough about this, and that's fine. Not every parent should or would, and that's fine. But that's why it should be up to the education system to be teaching these things.
Hey, user, do you know that men and women actually pee from the exact same thing?
That's true, Mitria.
Yeah, but this has no relevance to my point. What I'm saying is...
It has a lot of
relevance.
relevance.
Because what was
sex
said
should be
is
taught at
that
school.
you don't know what you as a parent should be teaching at home. That was why it's relevant, because you've proven that you don't know any of these parts.
All I'm saying is that, yes, children should be taught sex at school, but when it comes to things like, pushing LGBTQ onto children, if they're older and they find their sexuality...
Because I'm tired of people like you... No, hold on.
Please let me finish.
No, because you keep using words that you are going to irritate me with. Define pushing. No, define pushing.
Pushing is teaching them about it, because realistically they should find their own sexuality as they get older. If they're gay and they're gay when they're older,
they are finding their own sexuality. They are. You can't force someone to be a sexuality. They're just being taught about it because it would be applicable possibly to them. Even if they weren't gay, it probably would be good that they know about things that pertain to homosexual sex, I guess you could say, or whatever. That's fine. Like it's good that like people know about those things, right? It's not being pushed. It's just the knowledge of it. Because you can't make somebody gay, as you probably know.
If there was
Are
one
you
gay
heterosexual, user?
Yeah, yeah. If there was one gay person,
when did you realize that you liked the opposite sex?
When did I realize?
Yeah. How old were you when you realized you like girls?
Probably like 10.
Oh my God! Who pushed that on you?
No, it was just what I was
10 years old. Who pushed that on you?
Well, exactly, user. Exactly, user. I think you walked right into the point. Just as just everybody else.
Can I point out as well, user? How old are you?
21.
Okay. Did you know that until the year 2000, it was illegal to mention in schools at all gay people, bisexual people, trans people, any member of the LGBTQIA plus community? Did you know that was illegal?
No, I didn't know that, no.
Okay, and guess what? I'm 47, so I went to school during that period of time. And guess what? There still were in my school.
What?
Gay kids and trans kids.
Yeah, that's fine. That's how it should be.
No, I tell you what's not fine about it. is those kids never saw themselves represented in anything, not one thing. Those kids had, it was pushed on them that they should be straight. And it was pushed on them that they should be straight. In fact, it's still pushed on kids that they should be straight. So what you're doing is you're saying, let's keep pushing being straight onto kids and not let them know that gay people exist or trans people exist. Let's make them think that they're the only kid in the world who feels the way that they feel.
Hey, Tino, thank you for the 5 on the blue out with the V. Let's all have it. Hold on, user. And guys, let's get to a new guest at 50,000 likes. W Tino in the comments, that's Tino. It says, I grew up reading books and watching show with all straight people, and I turned out pretty damn gay, so his narrative is moot. Pride is not about making people gay. It's about gay people not becoming unliked people. That's a really good point, Tino. Thank you for the comment, or the Venmo, rather. Thank you, Tino.
And there's people in the comments right now saying, that's what I thought. I thought I was the only person that felt the way I felt. I thought I was the only person that was like this. I thought there was something wrong with me because I never saw any representation of any people like me. And that's what you want. In the things that you're saying, that's what you want. You want people to feel like they are alone. You want people to feel like there is something wrong with them. And I just want to point out, for almost the whole of human history, that is how the majority of people in the LGBTQIA plus community have felt. All we are doing in schools is giving a level of representation, and not even enough representation, by the way, not even enough. It's wild that people think that it is being pushed when all that is being given is representation.
So if you think, say there's a class of 30, if you think if there's one gay kid in the class, everyone should learn about LGBT.
Even if there's none, I think it's just something that they should learn about, because I think it's something that we should probably learn about.
Do you think that needs to be discussed in the school? Though?
What harm does it do?
Yes, for like the 7th time.
About marginalized groups. What harm does that do?
It doesn't do any harm, but it's just when children are young, their brains are like plastic, right? So it's very malleable. They could pick up anything, and essentially,
you cannot teach people to be homosexual. You cannot teach people to be trans. You can't catch it, user.
Did you say plastic? The brain's like plastic?
Brains like plastic, very moldable.
I think he means plasticine or like Play-Doh rather than
I don't know. If their brain was like plastic, that wouldn't be too good. I knew you were trying to say, but...
So user, I have a quick question for you. Could someone have made you believe that you were gay when you were a child?
No, because it wasn't in the school place.
No, but could someone...
That's not what she's saying.
Well, hang on.
If they did.
Hang on. If you're 21... then yes, they absolutely could have talked about it at school when you were a child. My question is, if someone had talked about it at school when you were a child, could you have thought you were gay even though you weren't?
No.
Okay.
Right, so how comes you're that strong that you know who you are, but you think that other people are not as strong-minded as you are, and
he's
therefore
they
might be convinced by it. Of course he's built differently.
He's just built differently.
Every person we've ever asked this question to has gone, no, not me. I never could have been convinced that
but
I
other
was
kids.
gay.
Other kids, but not me.
Kids may have been.
No, because I never had it in school. That's the thing.
But you're missing the point. You're missing the point. If it were, could that have made you gay or made you think you were gay?
If you're really young, then potentially, yeah.
How? First of all,
because when your subconscious mind is very open for.
Okay, but if that were true, then how? But if that were true, now I got two things to say to that. Even if that were true, who gives a shit? And but also, if that were true, how do gay people exist if, say, 50 years ago this shit wasn't taught at all, and we still have gay people that exist?
Yeah, it's biological instinct as well. But when I'm saying when you're young, a lot of kids might think, "Oh, I want to try this out. I want to try this out," because they've learned it from school. When they should do that journey on their own.
Why would they want to try? What do you mean they want to try out gay stuff?
Yeah, potentially if they learn about it. Yeah.
So, but then that means they would want to try out straight stuff if they learn that in school.
No, because they
Yeah, but
might,
he's
they
okay
might,
with
they
that
might,
because he
they
thinks
might
that
have
that's
felt like they were
normal.
straight. They might have felt like they were straight, and then they learned about the gay stuff in school when
Okay,
they were young. And thought,
okay,
I want to try this out.
user, who cares if they want to explore their sexuality? Fine, who gives a shit?
Yeah, but why do they need
Who
to
cares?
be taught that in school? To like, that should be in their
It's
own
not.
journey.
It's not being
Okay.
taught that. It's being taught safe sex and the inclusivity of things surrounding sex and gender. That's it. Just so people aren't bigoted when they grow up and people are more accepting when they grow up. You guys
It's
remember
about
50,000
teaching.
likes, new guest.
It's about teaching people that a variety of people exist in the world. Okay, that's all it is. That's all that is taught. That's genuinely, that is all that is taught in schools. I teach 9 to 13-year-olds. That's the age group that I teach. And there is nothing that is pushing anything on anybody. In fact, I go out of my way to say to people, you can have whatever opinion you like on anybody else's life. You are allowed to have your opinion. But in my classroom, we are going to speak kindly about other people. That I go out of my way to let them know. They don't have to think that anything I teach them is right. But what they do have to do is treat people kindly while they are in my classroom.
Yeah, but do you not think, like, for example, like books in the library, like In My Daddy's Belly, like they should be taught about normal biological pregnancy. They shouldn't be taught about
That
transgender.
is normal biological pregnancy.
How a man giving birth? That's not normal.
A person with a uterus giving birth is not normal.
Yeah, a female, if female or
Oh, had
male
to think
birth
about that one, didn't you?
is
You know what?
normal.
How about we take out another book that's in schools quite often in the library? It's one, and a lot of young kids hear about it too. It's one where they talk about men having appendages the size of donkeys and emissions the size of horses. They talk about child pregnancy, child rape, selling people, slavery, things like that. Why don't we get rid of the Bible? Because that book seems to be far more harmful than In My Daddy's Fucking Belly.
Oh, Mitria,
I think the Bible is a net positive compared to that.
Mitria, I literally teach that book in my classroom. Not those parts of it, but I do teach that book in my classroom.
What book?
The Bible.
The Bible.
The Bible, yeah. The Bible is a net positive on children's minds compared
It's
to In My
not.
Daddy's
It's
Belly.
not. It's a
I
fear-based
don't know
book.
about that.
So there's multiple lessons in the Bible that are going
I
to
know, like
positively affect
incest.
people's
Isn't that
lives.
lovely? Let's teach kids about
Yeah.
incest. Yay!
Yeah, let's teach
User.
kids about
Listen,
unnatural pregnancy.
loser, or I called you loser. Whatever, user, loser, same thing. Listen, I don't deny that there could be some good lessons potentially taught in the Bible, but that's not anything that couldn't be taught outside of the Bible. But there's a lot of shitty things that are in the Bible too, and it is
That's why I
absolutely
said
not a
it's a
net
net
positive.
positive. I didn't say it's
No, no, no.
fully
That
competitive net.
I disagree that it's net positive, but everything that's positive taught in the Bible could be taught outside of the Bible.
Well, can I, user, what's your favourite passage? What should we
Favourite
definitely read?
Well, my favourite line. There's a couple different ones.
No. I want the chapter and verse and which book it's in.
Well, I'm not Christian, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, but the Bible's a net positive, right?
Well, yeah, because I know certain lines from it and certain lessons from it, certain stories I learnt.
Do you know the story of the sheep and the goats?
What, where you kill the sheep and the goats? Is that one by any chance?
No, that wouldn't be that story. No. Okay, cool. Not a lot of Bible knowledge.
But you're kind of cherry picking though. Like, you look at certain stories like David and Goliath. You look at other stories, other lines like iron sharpens iron. All these different stories that could generally be beneficial for kids to learn. As I said, I'm not really Christian myself, but I think there is some good stuff in there.
Like the one where God tells the children, stop making fun of that bald man. And when they didn't, he sent a bear down to unalive them all.
Cherry picking once again.
Great stories for your children, guys.
But
that's cherry picking.
But aren't you also cherry picking when you say there's some great things for people to learn? Isn't that also cherry picking?
Yeah, well, teach the good things then. You know what I mean?
That's literally cherry picking. But guys, we're almost at 50K. We are looking for opposition. If you voted for Trump, if you have an issue with the LGBT plus community, hit the request button at the bottom of the screen, please. That's by definition cherry picking.
The Bible has a bunch of good things and a bunch of bad things. In my daddy's belly is just focused on one sole thing that shouldn't be taught.
Why?
Why should you learn about an unnatural pregnancy?
Shouldn't you? Why shouldn't you?
Because it's unnatural. Kids shouldn't learn that. They should
unnatural?
What do you mean by unnatural? Yeah, what does that mean?
A man can't give birth.
Yes, they can. If they have a uterus, they can give birth.
But if it's happened, then
natural,
it wouldn't be.
though? Is that natural?
What does natural have to do with anything? Why is that a relevant point?
Because kids should be taught what's natural in school, and then they can find out other stuff outside school.
They're taught that uteruses carry pregnancy.
You're falling victim to the natural fallacy. Something being natural doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it moral or just. There are plenty of things that are not natural. My glasses are not natural, right? And I wouldn't think that you would believe that my glasses are bad because they're not natural, right? Something occurring without human intervention doesn't make it good or bad. There's plenty of shitty things that occur naturally. For example, there's a lot of men that naturally want a great woman. Does that make it natural? Does that make it good?
Yeah, but that's completely different.
No, it's not. It's not. The fact is something being natural doesn't make it good or bad. It just doesn't. That's not a good argument to use.
99%.
I have a question, user. Why do you think that trans men cannot have a baby?
Well, first of all, they have to go through a surgical procedure to have the baby in the first place.
No, I knew you thought that. I fucking knew it. Oh. What's a trans man?
Trans man, a man with a fanny.
Right. What?
A man with female genitals.
Right. Maybe. But what is a trans man?
A man with female genitals.
Not maybe. Not always. What is a trans man?
A man that converts gender, essentially.
From what to what?
From male to female.
No.
Even though they're still a man.
No.
I don't know. It's a bit of a mind
You're wrong. You don't even know the words that you are saying. A trans man is somebody who was assigned female at birth, but their gender identity is man. So you are talking about someone who was born and has the sex of female, who absolutely, the vast majority of trans men were born with uteruses and vaginas and all of those things. You don't even know what a trans man is versus a trans woman. So yes, a person with a it is not medically possible to put a uterus into somebody and for them to have a baby. That is not something that medical science can do.
Well, all right. With your logic,
we're at 50K. We're at 50K. That's fine. All right. Hey guys, I have roughly an hour left, a little bit more, just to give everybody a heads up. I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Follow Mitria, follow Erica. We should get Mitria caught up to Erica in terms of coinage. That's not good.
I'm gonna. Can I just? Oh, yeah, sorry. Can I just say to the comments? You are right. Yet, that can't happen yet. I have no doubt that at some point in the future that will be possible. But the point I was trying to get to is I knew that he didn't know what trans man meant from the way that he was using it. I knew.
Hey guys, make sure you click the red follow button on top left if you're enjoying the live. Follow Mitra and Erica. Make sure you guys sub if you're watching on the tube. And we're only looking for ops, guys, okay? We're halfway towards our gift goal. My paling starting to buy it if you want me to read any question or comment out loud to the chat. Well, it's not neat. I do appreciate it. Hey, Stretch, what's up?
Yeah, I mean, hate's a strong word, but I view the LGBT community as like the serpent in Genesis 3, you know?
Okay.
Very deceiving.
I just need to know your age first. Okay.
I'm 50. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You viewed him as what?
The serpent in like Genesis 3, you know, they're very convincing. They tell themselves these like lies. They understand what like God's like commands are.
What lies?
And then they
What
convince
lies?
themselves of this alternate truth. And then
What
they try
lies?
to recite like the King's
Stretch.
Chambers.
What lies?
You know, about bears.
Stretch. Jesus.
Kind of
What lies?
like the magical dude in the sky, that lie that you tell yourselves.
Yeah, like the person like that
Stretch,
just trying to cite about the bears that's probably never even read or studied scripture,
Just
doesn't understand the terminology and things like that, and then goes and yaps and blabs about it.
Okay, this is not your live stream. This is not a monologue. This isn't a platform just for you to just spew what you want.
It's not yours either.
Well, it is my platform. It is my live stream. So yeah. However, though,
everything belongs.
Yeah, what lie? And then we'll talk about it, Stretch. This is a conversation. It's
everything belongs to God, not to you. So it's not your live stream, now is it?
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. God not stopping me from doing this.
Oh, God said banished.
Yeah,
if God's so powerful, he could have stopped me from doing that shit, but he didn't.
By the way, Mitria, can I just apologize that I asked you to like be quiet earlier? It's only because
you're fine.
I wanted to talk to him about Section 28 because I knew he didn't know that was a thing. He didn't know anything. Let's be honest.
Hey, Co, what's up?
Tell me to be quiet whenever.
Hey,
I think I have to because you wanted ops only, so I think I have to leave. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good, Code. No worries. Hey, guys, yeah, again, I'm just looking for opposition. I got enough friendlies up here, but I do appreciate the support in general. Thank you to J-Ro on Venmo. J-Ro, thank you for the $. Says, prove to us that God is real, and I'll turn straight. Go ahead.
I don't think God must have not wanted that guy to be on your live stream, Doug, because
he didn't intervene.
He didn't intervene.
God's will.
Has anyone been struck down? Demetria, are you okay?
I'm good. I'm doing great.
Excellent.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How old are you, sir?
36.
All right. What's on your mind?
So I don't hate the LGBTQIA, but at the same time, I'm straight and I don't completely agree with everything.
Okay. What don't you agree with?
So I guess for me is so I have 2 kids, 10 and 8, and currently in school they have a teacher who's pushing the rhetoric with pronouns and everything with Z, Zim, and all of this.
Z
and
Z. What? I've never heard that being taught in school. Z and Zim and all that.
It's the teacher doing it itself. It's not an actual school curriculum or anything.
So the teacher's going outside the school curriculum?
Yes, and that I don't agree with because my kids aren't exposed to that at home, and I don't feel it should be pushed on them in school and dealt with that.
If the teacher is going outside the school curriculum, then I suggest then you talk to some like the board of directors or something like that. I highly doubt that's happening. I highly doubt that's happening though. But I don't see why that would be an issue to begin with. Like,
can I ask a question? In what context is the teacher teaching that?
She's a history teacher.
So in what context is she teaching it?
From my understanding, it's just how she wants to be referred to and what she prefers to be called, or them. I'm not going to say she. What they prefer their pronouns to be in class, instead of being called he or she.
Okay, so they're not. Sorry, go ahead. They're just explaining to the kids their pronouns and how they would wish to be addressed. Correct? They're not teaching them about what that means or.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. It just, to me, when my kids came home and started telling me that last week that the teacher's starting to ask for certain pronouns and everything, it didn't make any sense to me. I asked the principal about it.
Did you see a specific thing that said they're learning about Z, Zer, or did you just imply that? Because if they're learning about pronouns, we learn about pronouns in school anyways. We learn about he, she, they, them, I, you. Did you see something specific saying Z, Zer, and all that? Or are you just
based on what my kids have told me.
Okay. But do you have a problem with them learning about pronouns in general outside of those? And we can get to those.
No, not at all. It's just, I don't feel like if it's, we took religion and everything else to the schools. I don't feel like certain pronouns or people's personal beliefs should be pushed in school like that.
Why is your kids teacher teaching them their pronouns right at the end of the school year? Wouldn't they have taught that at the beginning of the school year when they started?
No, it wasn't at the beginning of the school year.
Well, why have you said you brought it up with the principal last week?
Yes, because I didn't know about it. I'm not with my kids. My wife has them. I'm very rarely around them that much.
Right, so they just told you they had a teacher who had pronouns that you didn't understand, and you're upset about that?
Not really upset, I guess confused. I don't understand why that's being brought into a class.
Well, guess what? If my kid was taught about string theory in science, I'd be confused, but I wouldn't be calling the school about it. I'd be saying, "Oh, good, my kid's learning about something that I don't know about. They can teach me."
Yeah. Let me just read this Venmo out loud real quickly. J-Ro, thank you for the $2 on Venmo. WJRO in the comments. Says, I feel like you people would be a lot smarter if what y'all say is true about pushing. Most of you don't even know how to do math, let alone understand gender identity. J-Ro, thank you so much for the 2 on the both of you. Guys, we'll get to a new guest at 70,000 likes. That's 70.
Do you know what? My colleague got married in the middle of the school year last year, and the kids had to call her a whole new name in the middle of the school year. Can you imagine how confusing that was for them? That in the middle of the school year, they just had to change what they were calling her. This crazy talk. They were so confused.
How many of them dropped out?
None.
Oh, the pressure wasn't overwhelming.
No, it really wasn't.
Brandon, you there? You can unmute yourself. Hey guys, keep tapping and sharing, please. We're looking for opposition. No, you're good. Go ahead. If you want to respond to what was said.
I don't really know how to respond because I'm just confused by it all. I don't know anything about the LGBTQI community or anything to do with it. So,
do you think it would be good to learn about it, or what is it you're trying to get at?
No, I'm not against learning about it. I live in the deep South, so where I'm from, of course, it's not very welcome.
I understand. Yeah, I think it's good to learn. I think even if you don't necessarily agree with certain things, first of all, you wouldn't know unless you learn more about it. But I think it never hurts to learn more about stuff, right? And I'd hope you'd agree with that. It's always a good thing to learn more about certain things, even at the end of the day, if you don't agree with it. I would like to think that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's good that kids learn about that. I think it's good that you learn about that. Just if anything, just for more knowledge.
For the month of Pride, why don't we do this? Why don't we make a commitment? Are your kids done with school for the year? I know it's June, so.
I don't think so. I think they still got a couple weeks left.
How about in those next couple of weeks or at the end of the year, if there's a conference or something, why don't you ask that teacher, what do those pronouns mean? Learn something new during Pride Month about the community that's celebrating that month. And then you've done your part.
I'll be honest, Brandon. I don't know much about neo-pronouns. These are, I obviously know about typical ones like he, she, they, them, all those. I really don't know much about the other ones, so I could even stand to learn from that personally.
What is neo-pronouns? Don't mean to sound stupid, but I don't know.
No. You're okay. The ones that you mentioned, these are the atypical, I guess you could say, the ones that we don't typically hear about.
I believe neo is like a prefix for new age, kind of is what it means. So
neo just means new.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just don't know much about I just don't know much about those pronouns in particular is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, all I'm saying, Brandon, is I can stand to learn things about the community.
Brandon, I'm interested to know when you spoke to the principal about this in the school in the Deep South, where of course everybody is using neo pronouns now. What did the principal say?
He told me that I could just meet with the teacher and talk to them and ask them about it and get an understanding of it.
Okay, well that sounds like it might be. If it's something you're concerned about, it sounds like that might be a sensible thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. I was saying earlier, my kids live probably, I hate saying 200 miles away, but they live close to Florida and I live in North Carolina.
You could always have a phone conversation though with the teacher. I'm sure they wouldn't mind speaking to you on the phone.
I don't know.
No, not at
about that
all. I
either.
think they wouldn't mind at all. I was just confused about it, so I figured I might chime in here and ask y'all about it.
Okay. All right. Well, any other?
Opportunity.
No, I appreciate it. And do you have any other questions or anything for the time being?
No, you're good. You answered my question for what I was curious about.
Cool. All right, Brandon. Hey, I appreciate the conversation. Okay.
Thank you. Take care.
I hope you have a great rest of your day. That was good. I think that was a genuine conversation.
I think that started very differently to how it finished.
Yeah. Hey guys, remember we are looking for opposition. So if you disagree with the problem, you vote for Trump. Anything along those lines, hit the request button. Harlan, what's up?
I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Kamala. I don't think anybody's worthy to vote. And
that's fine. Well, that's fine. But do you have an issue with the LGBT plus community or any questions?
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. So I go based off of Bible standard, because just like the other dude, I'm from the deep south, just like the other dude. I've been raised in a church, so and like it's completely against the Bible's completely against homosexuality and like first thing. So that's just how it is for me.
Okay. So are you against anything being taught that you believe is against the Bible?
Yeah.
You sure?
Like, what did you say?
I just want to make sure, like, anything that's against the Bible, you don't want that being taught, is what you're trying to say? I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
I wouldn't want it to be taught if it's against the Bible. I think like so.
Can I ask, are you a New Testament guy or an Old Testament guy?
What do you mean by that question?
Well, there's a lot of Christians who say, "Oh no, but we don't do that because it's in the Old Testament, and when Jesus came, he fulfilled all of the Old Testament." So like we can eat pork because even though in the Old Testament we can't eat pork, Jesus fulfilled the prophecy and fulfilled all of the Old Testament covenant, so we can eat pork.
I believe in the Old Testament 100%. It's God's words, but what you're saying about when Jesus fulfilled that, yeah, he changed the rules by like with the pork, shellfish, shrimp, and tattoos. He changed that because
was there a memo that I missed? I just want to make sure I got that email. Can I look it up?
It was a company-wide email.
Yeah, when did that happen? And also, did you verify your age?
I may have forgot to ask. How old are you?
19.
Okay. So when did that memo come out?
What memo?
What you just said. And guys, remember, 75,000 likes, we can get to a new guest, okay? Or 2 galaxies or 20 on the blue out with a V. Yeah, when did that memo come out? You said that. What was the statement that you made again? That
God changed the rules about pork, shellfish, and tattoos.
Because Jesus Christ changed everything with this death on the cross. It cleansed everybody. And people was Jewish before God, so they couldn't eat pork and stuff. But after Jesus was the first Christian. He was a Catholic.
That's false. Jesus was Jewish.
People say he's Jewish, but in my humble opinion, he was the first Christian.
You can't. Okay, so like Buddha wasn't a Buddhist. The Guru Nanak was not a Sikh. If you are the founder of a religion, Christian means a follower of Christ. You cannot follow Christ if you are Christ. You can't follow yourself unless you're Christ's shadow. Of course.
Okay, but if he really wasn't following himself, because there's many states in the Bible where when Jesus was like 12 to like in his teen years, basically, he was missing for 3 days. When his mom found him, he said, "What was you doing, Jesus?" And Jesus said, "I was about my Father's business." So,
right, and that proves what?
That he's a Christian. He worships God.
Okay, but Jewish people also worship God.
Yeah, but Jesus was the first Christian.
No, he was not. Whoever was his first disciple was the first Christian.
Okay, then and that means he was been Christian too.
No.
Okay,
He
then
was
why,
Jewish.
then why would the disciples?
I firmly believe that Christianity is Jesus's interpretation of Judaism and how he thought Jewish people should be. That's what Jesus is. He's a Jewish person interpreting Judaism.
So if he was Jewish, then why would his disciples be Christian?
Because they follow him.
Okay,
He is
but
Christ. Right.
if they follow him,
Okay.
they'd
So
be Jewish.
he's okay. So let me explain this to you. He is Christ.
Okay.
The title of the religion, the name of the religion is Christian.
Yeah.
Follower of Christ. You cannot follow Christ if you are Christ.
Whoever just said who was his first follower, it was Peter, a fisherman. Then Matthew, a tax collector.
Okay, but you can't, that doesn't, again, you can't follow Christ if you are Christ.
So the disciples was Christ?
I don't know what's going on here.
Guys, keep tapping and sharing. I think I said 70K, but if not, 70K to get to a new guest, okay? We're looking props. What, do you not understand what she's saying, Harlan?
No, I don't understand what she's saying now.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. What makes you Christian rather than Jewish? What is it about your belief that makes you Christian?
So Jewish people, when they're born, they get circumcised, and that's like a law. But when Christians are born, they didn't have to get circumcised, but they could.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the beliefs, I think she's talking about beliefs, probably.
I'm talking about what is it about your beliefs as a Christian that makes you Christian rather than Jewish?
Right, so Jewish people practice a bunch of stuff us Christians don't, like.
No, that's practice. I'm asking about belief.
Yeah.
One quick thing though, what shape is the Earth before I guess we move forward?
Oh, flat, 100% flat. So the Bible's for flat Earth. The Bible's for flat Earth.
Well, I'm not sure we can really move forward in the conversation, and if that's the case, because it's just if we can't agree on that, then I think that's kind of it, you know.
Wait, so are we debating flat Earth or what?
Well, no, I mean, what I'm trying to say is if we can't agree on the shape of the Earth, I think the conversation sort of ends, right? Because there's no way we're going to be able to agree on other things if we can't agree on the shape of the Earth.
Okay.
So, good luck with that. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you, Peabody, for that. You did call it.
And go find a tissue, Harlan. Damn.
Yeah, I'm not doing flat Earth. I'm not doing flat Earth debates. So if somebody believes the Earth is flat, if you want to debate it, there's plenty of flat Earth lives that exist.
I can't. The fact that he couldn't understand that you can't follow yourself, like, that's not a thing you can do.
This is very anecdotal, but I notice a lot of flat earthers, at least on this app, seem to be in the UK, Erica. I don't know why. I know it's very anecdotal, but I just noticed they tend to be British. I don't know why.
It's because you engage with British Flat Earth Lives, and so you keep being taken back to them, Doug. I've never seen a Flat Earth Live, let alone a British one. So
yeah.
Doug dabbles in his spare time in the flat Earth. He's like, I don't know.
I find it interesting in the sense that people believe that, so I do stop on those lives here and there. Yeah.
You see, you're engaging with British Flat Earthers, so the algorithm is showing you more of what you want to see.
I don't think a British flat Earth is an algorithm thing. I'm still standing by that. They're just British. Marty, what's up? Marty going once. Marty going twice. All right. Let's go to the next one. Guys, we are looking for ops, okay? Remember, if you voted for Trump, if you have an issue with the LGBT plus community, there's a request button at the bottom of the screen.
A lot of people have been very keen to tell us today that they're from the Deep South, haven't they?
Yeah. Notice that. All right. Well, we finally have an empty box for the first time today. Mods, if you guys want to help.
I also have an empty box for the first time today, Doug.
I knew that joke was coming.
An empty box during Pride. That's rude, y'all.
Yeah, I'm not sure to be happening. We must fill the box with things and such. Keep tapping and sharing the screen, guys. Let's try to get to 100K. We should get there well before the top of the hour, okay? In fact, we should be able to get to 100K before the 45-minute mark.
I'm going to say that guy that came up and talked about his kid's teacher, if that's a real thing, and there is a teacher in the Deep South who is using neo pronouns and telling the kids about it, I applaud that person for how brave they are. And I applaud that principal for,
as the kids say.
I applaud that principal for saying, go talk to the teacher. They will tell you about their pronouns. Like, what?
Hey, Kata, you're welcome to come on up. I don't know what my mom's basement has to do with this, but okay. Okay. Thanks for supporting the panelists, by the way, guys. It definitely means a lot. Any support does go a long way. While it's not needed, it's appreciated. I also have my gift goal. I also have my Venmo, Cash App, etc. My pay links are in the bio. While it's not needed, I do appreciate it. It does help me continue to do these lives. Thank you, C-Bar. Thank you. All right. Thanks, C-Bar. Thank you. And again, we're looking for ops, okay? Trump supporters, anybody who has an issue with the LGBT plus community, just make sure you come in civil, respectful. We'll give you the same thing back. Thank you. Oh, and if you guys have not sent in your heart me, please go ahead and do so. It's there at the top left. No hate, but why do they have to show it to the world? I don't know what you mean by that. I think people existing isn't them showing it to the world. I think it's just them simply existing. I think you're taking it as such, but it's no different than a man and a woman dating and holding hands. You probably wouldn't say they're showing that to the world, but so you probably shouldn't say that about two men or two women holding hands or anything like that. Remember, guys, nobody's trying to push it on people. Nobody's trying to do any of that. They're just trying to exist. If you're taking it as such, I think that's something that you may need to look into, okay? All right, let's get to this guest here.
It's about their comfort. We know that.
Hi.
Hello, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm unfriendly. I just want to say happy Pride to all of my gays, my dolls, and my lesbians.
All right, I appreciate it, Chris. I'm going to go and bring you down, but take care. Thank you. Remember, guys, we're just looking for ops. I appreciate it. Some cultures don't like PDA. I agree, but that would be a PDA thing rather than a LGBT plus thing. Right? Those would be two different things. But yes, happy Pride Month to everyone. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I should hopefully be able to go live later. I'll of course let you guys know in Discord and the bulletin board, but it probably won't be until later because I got clients and stuff later on. Remember, guys, I got like 45-ish minutes left. You have a question? You guys can ask questions in the comments. You can ask questions in the comments if you're friendly. If you're in opposition, you can come up and ask. Sorry, Mitra, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't know what chair you're sitting in or what your current, what environment you're in, but you were posing during that last caller, and people saw you giving away free armpit. I was like, oh.
Oh, when I was leaning back like that?
Yeah, they were tipping you. They were ready for it.
Just the tip.
Not the thirst traps.
I can't imagine being attracted by someone's armpit.
Some people are into it.
I know some people are into it, but it doesn't float my boat, you know? I appreciate that it's horses for courses and all of that.
Not my thing either.
I just
I don't get that. It's on me. I don't know. It's just not really my thing, but it is what it is. As the Mormons.
I was on a live earlier, Doug, where a guy was defending Donald Trump over the E. Jean Carroll thing while showing his whole crotch in short shorts. So that was a fun time for everybody.
Who was showing their crotch? A guy?
The RJ made him put his camera on,
Oh,
and he kept
gross.
putting his camera on the table, which was clearly like a coffee table and not a. And he was wearing short shorts, and I was like, "Can you move your camera up? Like nobody put the mouse back in the house. Nobody needs to see that."
Gross. All right, let's get to this guest here. Oh, you're a friendly. And Holt. I never know how to say her name, but guys, remember we're just looking for ops, okay? If you voted for Trump, if you have an issue with the LGBT plus community, there's a request button at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, mouse implies it's small, so I assumed it was small.
Well, I could only see the outline, but no, it's Ross says that on Friends, put the mouse back in the house. No, it's not. It's there's a guy that one of them goes out with who doesn't wear underwear but always wears shorts. And one of them said, it might be Chandler actually. One of them says, put the mouse back in the house.
Yeah.
Favorite Marvel character? Scarlet Witch. Sorry, Erica said, or someone said Trump in short shorts, so I had to pull it out. I just had to show you the picture.
How attractive. How attractive. We all love it.
But that Trump has muscular legs.
MAGA is obsessed with like overly muscular Trump pictures. They're like obsessed with it. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. I don't
also, this is a true social post that he posted, by the way. He made this AI image. There's also, I think, 3 different types of sports balls in it. So we don't know what sport he's playing, but all of the cheerleaders are muscular men in jorts, like cut off jorts with pom-poms.
I just have to, apparently I'm spreading misinformation. It was Gunther who said put the mouse back in the house, and they were all trying to figure out a way of telling the guy that they could see it, and it was actually Gunther. So apologies for my spreading it. I promise you it was misinformation and not disinformation. I was not trying to make you believe. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, that's I always forget. Disinformation is where you purposely do it, right?
Yeah, disinformation's on purpose. Misinformation is you're repeating something you heard, believing it to be true.
Like the difference between lying and just saying something incorrect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, today some of us learned then, guys. I always forget what the difference was, but there you go. I mean, they're both harmful, but I think intentions do matter. But at the end of the day, if information that's incorrect gets spread, I don't know if the intentions matter a whole lot. But
I think disinformation is the most harmful, and the thing about disinformation is it often turns into misinformation.
Oh, for sure.
Because somebody puts it out on purpose, and then other people share it. But what really bothers me, the disinformation bothers me, but the fact that people don't fact check things before sharing them, and are just happy to believe something is true because it fits their narrative. That's annoying.
That's why I don't like it when the left on occasion does that, right? That's why I shared that post last week of, that quote, that fake quote of Donald Trump saying, if I were to run, I'd run as a Republican because they're stupidest group of voters. That's not true. That's not a thing he's ever said. And it bothers me that there's people on the left that A, believe it, and B, don't look into it and share it. That bothers me because we should know better, because that takes 2 seconds to look up that he's never said that. Now, I agree it's something that he would say, and he said plenty of shitty things, but there's no reason for us to spread things that aren't true when there's plenty of things that he has done and said that we can share, I don't know. It bothers me.
Random Sid in the comments, you said you're always the victim talking about phobia like nobody is scared of a man in a dress and lipstick. I just want to let you know that a phobia doesn't only mean afraid of, it also means to have a hatred of something. Right. So when we use like Islamophobia, homophobia, transphobia, etc., it doesn't necessarily mean somebody is scared of those things, although I would argue often they are scared. it can mean an aversion to or a hatred of.
I think a lot of them know that at this point. I think they're being, I don't know what the word is, but when they say, "Oh, I'm not scared of them," I think they know what we really mean. Hey, how you doing? I know you said you wanted to share something real quick. What's going on?
I'm sorry. I'm a friendly, and I know I shouldn't be here. I just two or three guests ago, they were talking about minor surgery for trans kids, and there's one really good reason that it does not ever happen. In order to turn a penis into a vagina, which is a vaginoplasty, they turn it inside out. You have to have a full-grown penis, or the surgery doesn't work.
Right. Well, that's a very good point. Kind of like you can't have like surgery on your teeth if you haven't had your grown teeth haven't grown in yet. Sort of like the same type of thing, you know.
It's just a fact. Take it, use it, be it in your debates. I'm going to go now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. That's good information. Yeah, that is a very good point. Yeah, Paige, you do always make that point. I remember you specifically always make that point. All right, guys, keep tapping and sharing. We are looking for ops, okay? Remember, ops being anybody that voted for Trump, anybody that has any issue with the LGBT plus community, okay? There's a request button there at the bottom of the screen. Yes, there is a custom Doug gift, guys. I didn't create it. It was created, but we do have one.
Dylan in the comments, I suggest you get yourself up in the box or be quiet.
Dylan
does not have their request
yeah,
on.
Dylan, come on up. Dylan, we give the same energy, so if you come up being respectful and civil and all that fun stuff, we will do the same back, I promise. But it sounds like you're opinionated, so why not come up? Let's have a conversation. I don't understand why you want to just talk in the comments but not come on up. That seems a little odd to me. Seems very odd to me, actually.
Dylan Katz, come on down. The price is right.
Quote, hello.
I just got a question. So, how's it going? So I'm 19, by the way.
I just need to know your age real quickly. How old are you?
Huh? Yeah, it's 19.
Okay, what's up?
So, about that girl talking about the trans kids not getting their gender assignment surgeries, it's not even just about that. It's the fact, why do we even have to include that stuff in kids' curriculums? I don't know if you know about Davis, California. No, it is.
Okay.
If you look at Davis
what
High
specifically
School,
is?
If you go to Davis High School, transgender and LGBTQ is all over the school. It's, you know what I mean? They promote it to the children.
It's called representation. We appreciate that.
What specifically, though, are you saying is being taught that you disagree with? Don't run. Don't go off screen. I asked you a direct question. Come back. Like, what is it that you have a problem with, right? Like, be specific. Come back up. Are you going to come up? Or if you're trying to speak, we can't hear you. But I have a feeling that you're trying to leave the live. Okay, so if you're trying to leave the live, that's very, very weak-minded of you, I guess. That you just make a statement and you just leave right afterwards. Yeah, weak AF.
It's weird because I just went to the Davis High School in California website, and they have a handy search function on their website where I looked up the word gay, and what do you know? No results returned. And I looked up the word trans, and there was something about auto transmission, assuming they have like an auto shop, but their website doesn't include those words. So if it was so all over the school, wouldn't they have something about it on their website?
One would think
Damn it, Erica, you weren't supposed to look it up.
No, of course.
One would think.
But it's all over.
It's all over. Yeah, that is the trans agenda. Car repair. Correct.
All right. Keep tapping, everybody. Again, let's try to get to 100,000 likes before the top of the hour. We're 15 minutes away, 30K likes. We got to go at, 2K a minute? I think that's possible. I think that's very possible.
With over 300 people in here, you can do it.
If I were going to be stereotypical and suggest a letter that might be good with auto transmissions, it would not be the T.
We'll make everyone drive Subarus. Exactly. And if you guys have not sent in your heart me yet, please go ahead and do that, okay? That would be great. And if you've been enjoying the live, click the follow button, follow me, Trey and Erica, and make sure you guys subscribe to me on TikTok or YouTube as well, okay? What are you trying to protect? Spelled too wrong. Thank you. And guys, we do also have the little gift goal. We're 7 away from the little baseball cap thing. If you guys want to help if that was not needed, I do appreciate it. What's been new with you, Mitra? Anything going on?
I actually got on the 1st of June, so the first day of Pride, I got the notification that my name has legally changed. So I was very excited for that. Yes.
That's
Congratulations, Mitria.
Thank you.
Cool. Hey, what's up, Manhunt? How you doing? What's up, Manhunt? How you doing? You go ahead and there you go. Well, I just need to know your age first. How old are you?
What are you going to do if I shove my whole fingers up your bum?
Call the police. Anything
like
else?
Consensual?
Start
Like
sniffing it.
Are we talking like consensually?
I got a little poo on my fingers.
Is it consensual?
This is the same guy that was up here earlier.
Like.
Nah, I'm good. I'm cool. What kind of question is that?
It's all
Hi, Chesney. How you doing?
Hi. I know that you were asking for ops, but I just wanted to give a little point of view. I was born and raised in the Southern Baptist Church. Like you've mentioned many times, people are proud of the Deep South. I'm not one of those people, all right? Until I was well in college and, not even knowing about my own sexual identity, I had no idea about anything LGBTQIA, and it wasn't until I did my own research that I was embarrassed having to Google these things, these terms. I didn't know what the plastic surgeries for men, trans men and trans women. I didn't know any of that, and it was embarrassing. So I just want to applaud any school teacher that is teaching those things. With parental consent, like y'all mentioned earlier, these parents are told what the kids are learning. So I wish that I had learned that stuff in high school and grade school because I literally didn't even know what sex, heterosexual sex was until I was 18.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, let me go and bring you back down so we can get to some opposition, but I appreciate you sharing that, Chesney. Listen, we all learn things at the times we learn things, right? You can't control the area that you grew up in. You can't control necessarily how your parents brought you up or any of those things, right? But at some point, right, we can control the things that we learn and that type of stuff. So, I think the important thing is that at some point you realize that and you learn things. And I think that's the case for anybody. If you grew up in an area where maybe you weren't taught certain things, you can always learn new things. That's not an excuse for anybody. Definitely not an excuse.
Joe, we do teach people how to read. That is something that we do in schools. I don't know why you think schools don't teach that. That's weird.
All right. But yeah, guys, there's a lot you can learn about this topic or any topic for that matter, right? If you want to, right? It's not an excuse, in any of those types of things, right? I don't think anybody naturally is going to learn about tons of these things in your day-to-day life. I think you kind of have to go out of your way to learn about these things, unfortunately. So, but you have to have the desire and the willingness to do that. That's what it takes.
Joe, I find it difficult to believe that you're criticizing other people's test scores when you can't use a capital letter. Come the fuck on.
All right, let's get to this one. Remember, guys, we're just looking for ops if we can, please. I'd appreciate it. Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay, and we're just looking for an opposition. Are you ops?
I am ops.
Okay, cool. Did you vote for Trump, or do you have an issue with the LGBT plus community and anything like that?
No, sorry, I got nervous.
Okay, op meaning anybody that disagrees with the topic. It doesn't sound like you are.
No.
Okay, let me go ahead and
Yes?
bring it up. Do you have an issue with the LGBT plus community?
No, but I love the Sapphic queens.
You love the what?
The Sapphic ones.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like your
You don't know
opposition. Let
what?
me go to. I don't know what they said. Anyway, guys, we're looking for opposition, please. Okay, opposition, please, please, please. And Monica, thank you so much for the raid. W Monica in the chat. I hope you're doing well. And for anybody that's just joining from her live, if you can go ahead and give me a follow if you're joining live, of course. But I know you kind of just joined.
For future reference, Doug, Sapphic refers to women who appreciate women. No, I'm not Doug's girlfriend, but thanks for asking, Big Johnson.
Hey, Joe, what's going on?
Well, you need opposition, so let me help you out.
I appreciate that. What's going on? Let me just, I just need to know your age. I just need to know your age real quickly before we move forward. How old are you?
I'm like 700. I'm 68 years old.
All right, cool. What's up?
Yeah, I've been looking at asking Grok some questions, and I guess I'll ask you that. I don't hate the LGBTQ. I don't know how many more letters you're going to add to it, but I don't hate the community. I lived in Los Angeles in California for 40 years. I've been in the entertainment business. I've been in the teaching business. Why do you need a month? That's my first question.
I don't need a month. It's not
why does the community need a month?
I'm happy to explain that. If you
sure.
Please.
Go ahead, Mitra.
Have you ever looked up the Stonewall Uprising?
Yeah, I have. I know all about the Stonewall Uprising.
Okay. That should be plenty, because that was back in 1969 that took place. And 1969 might sound like a long time ago for some people, but that wasn't that long ago in respect to the history of our country.
Why do you need a month?
People were illegal. It was illegal to be in a public restaurant if you were considered to be a homosexual.
Understood. Why do you need a month?
We were given a month because of Stonewall and what we had to go through to gain our rights.
That's another question I ask. Who gave you a month?
Joe, you can say this. Joe, you can say this about any sort of month that's dedicated toward any group of people, right? For veterans, right? They have many months. There's 3 different months.
I'm happy to discuss that kind of nonsense too.
Veterans? You think veterans also?
No, nonsense. I'm happy to discuss providing a month of celebration to any cause if it's efficient.
I just don't think it really harms you. It sounds like you're getting upset over thing that doesn't harm you at all.
I'm not upset at all. I have still got an answer. I know all about the Stonewall.
Then you know that people had to fight for their rights, and because they had to fight for their rights in this country, then we were afforded a celebratory month.
Well, people fought for freedom for 4 years for World War II and for a year in World War I. We don't provide veterans a month of celebration.
I just said, Joe, were you not just listening to me? I said there's 3 months dedicated towards veterans. It's almost like you weren't listening. Yeah. There's 3 months. Yes, there are.
No, they're not. They're days.
Okay. Nope. There's months. You are incorrect. You don't know enough about this topic.
Days. They're just
days. It's April, May, and November.
Nobody celebrates veterans.
Yes, they do. November is veterans. It's
you are wrong, Joe.
Service Members Memorial Month.
Yep. Yeah, National Military Appreciation Month, National Veterans, and then Military Families Month. So 3 different months. I don't think you know enough about this topic, unfortunately.
So that's 3 months. So would you care to try again, Joe? And I muted you because host was talking.
I think, isn't it, if people aren't celebrating those months as Joe wishes them to, shouldn't Joe be leading everybody in celebrating those months, or at least know when they are?
You still haven't told me why you need a month to celebrate. Why do you need a month?
Because it infuriates people like you, Joe,
No,
and
it
we know
doesn't.
that you,
It
and we
doesn't
know that,
infuriate me.
you're close to the mantelpiece. So
No,
we're
it
we're
doesn't.
we're
It
okay
doesn't.
with it. Stay
It doesn't.
mad.
It doesn't infuriate me. You asked for
It clearly
controversy.
does. You're up here
The
asking
host
about it.
asked for opposition. He wants controversy. I'm providing it.
I want
Why do you
debate. Well, I
need
want
to make
debates.
money?
Yeah, yeah. So number one, guys, 90,000 likes, we can get to a new guest, and two, yeah, it's to honor the diversity and the struggles, and to recognize those things that they have gone through. Because right now they still have harms being done against them, and I think it's good that we recognize this minority group of people exist, and that that they still have struggles. And the fact that it bothers you, I think, is very telling.
It doesn't bother me. I'm asking for an explanation. Is that your best explanation?
It's the explanation.
Okay, so you need a month to inform people about the struggles of
Well,
homosexuals.
clearly it's not enough. Clearly it's not enough. Obviously.
What do you mean it's not enough?
Well, I said clearly it's not enough if we're still having these struggles and we don't seem to understand it.
Every year there's over 1,000 bills. Every year there's over 1,000 bills that hit legislatures around this country against the community. Every year. So we're going to continue to celebrate and have parades and continue to spread this message and this word until when we have one year.
So you don't need a particular month. You can do it for 12 months, can't you?
We do. It's Pride 365 for a majority of
that's
us.
fine. So apparently nobody is objecting to you having parades and performances.
That's not accurate. That is not accurate. Actually, there's a lot of hate groups out there dedicated specifically to our community.
Let me ask you, what rights don't you have that I have as a straight person?
It doesn't matter. Let me ask you a question.
It doesn't matter?
I'm talking, Joe, and I'm tired of fighting for airtime with you. So let me ask you a question in response to that mediocre-ass question that I'm constantly asked. What rights of yours are currently up for debate in legislatures?
None of my rights are up for debate. None of yours are
okay, because like I just told you, there's over 1,000 bills per year debating our rights.
Well, tell me, give me an example of one of these bills.
Sure. We can go very, very, very recent and talk about transgender bans from the military, which recently had to be overturned entirely.
Well, first of all, transgender isn't gay, right? That's number one.
It's part of the LGBT plus community.
We are part of the community.
Number two, the military operates in its own principle.
Well, now they operate under trans people are going to be allowed in, and they can cope. They'll be okay.
Sorry, the military does what the military does.
And now the military does let trans people in.
Yeah, well, if the military says no trans people, then no trans people. That's not a question of constitutional rights.
Well, but hold on. We're talking about what ought to be. So why do you think that's okay, though, Joe?
Well, people have an argument for that. Whether I agree with it or disagree with it is irrelevant.
No. But that's what we're talking about. Why do you think that would be okay?
Well, they're interested in the esprit de corps. They obviously feel that guys pretending they're women is probably not good for esprit de corps in the military.
That's not what being trans is. It's not pretending to be somebody
else.
It
is what trans
is. No, it's not. Well,
it's not, but regardless.
Can you tell me what the prefix trans and transgender actually stands for? What does it mean, Joe? And stop interrupting and trying to be rude.
Trans literally means a cross. That's what the word means. Trans means a cross. That's what it means.
No, not when referring to gender.
English language, and the word means
not when referring to gender. It means an incongruence between your sex assigned at birth.
You can describe it any way you want.
I'm describing it the way that medical professionals describe it. You're describing it the way that mediocre white people decide that they want things to sound.
Listen, even gay people don't like the idea of trans people being added to the.
That's not true.
But Joe, you're only speaking for the people that agree with you. The majority of people in the LGBT plus community actually are very pro-trans rights. So I'm not sure where you're getting that from.
So again, you asked me why the military would be adverse to having trans people.
I'm asking why you are. I'm asking why you are. Why you would be for that.
I'm agnostic on it. I'm talking about the military.
Okay. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man? What's up, Jeff? You there?
And by the way, the reason I'm talking is because the host wants controversy. We can hear you all day, agree with him. That's boring.
Hey,
So you
Jeff, are you
don't.
there, or I don't know if you meant to come out, Jeff.
So Joe, you don't believe what you're saying. You're just doing it for the purposes of
Well, whether I
controversy.
believe
that's even
what I'm
worse.
saying now is
That's even worse,
irrelevant,
then.
right? That's kind of
Well,
irrelevant.
no, whether
isn't
you
No,
believe
it
it
is
or
very
not is
relevant.
totally relevant.
That's completely irrelevant. I want to know why
For
you
instance,
do believe that that's the case.
for instance, let's talk about Stonewall. Let's talk about what kind of place Stonewall was.
No. I want us to talk about transgender people in the military. I want to hear your opinions on why you believe they shouldn't be in there, if that's what you believe.
I believe that the military sets its own rules for acceptance, and they decided the people in the military, at least this administration,
Not anymore.
Decided the
Joe, that's a cop out. That's a cop out response. I'm asking why you would believe such things.
What I believe is irrelevant.
No, it couldn't be more relevant. It could be more relevant. I'm talking about what you believe and why you believe such things. That's it.
I don't understand, Doug, why you think speculating or conjecturing or even just looking at what they say, what the military, like the Secretary of War, Defense, whatever you want to call it, is objects to trans people serving in the military.
Joe, I have a question. How long were trans people allowed to serve in the military for?
Well, I don't think anybody was actually trans.
No, they definitely were, Joe. Joe, they definitely were. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know any trans growing up here? How old are you,
Trans
Erica?
people. All right.
Oh, trans people. Sorry.
How
old are you, Erica?
I'm 47, Joe.
Okay,
yes,
I'm 68. I can assure you.
No, Joe, you're off topic. I'm asking you, how long did trans people serve in the military for? I'm not asking you for how many trans people you know or whether you grew up with trans people. I asked you the question, how long were trans people serving in the military?
How would
and then
you
Jeff,
know,
you can go after
instance, how would you know, for instance, that a man was actually saying actually felt he was a woman?
Right. No, Joe, I asked you a question. It has an answer, which is a period. No, you didn't. It's a period of years, Joe. How many years?
I'm asking you, how would you know if a man was identifying as a woman unless he told you?
How many years?
That's how we would. That's how we would.
If Doug, who is, I assume, a fitness trainer, is that what you are, Doug?
I'm a personal trainer. I am, yes.
Okay. Look, the guy's in great shape, lifts weights, the whole business. If Doug told you he was a woman the way he looks right now, how would you know?
I'm going to ask you the question.
It doesn't matter. I don't see why it matters. All right, try to answer it one more time, and then we'll have Jeff try to go.
I'm going to ask you the question again, Joe.
I know.
Joe,
this is uncomfortable for you.
Joe,
this is an uncomfortable situation for you. I know.
Joe, I asked my question first, and you haven't answered it. How many years were trans people allowed to serve in the military for?
I have no idea. Why don't you tell me, Rebecca?
It was 20 years, Joe, and there was no big push from the military to stop trans people from serving. The current Secretary of War I'm sorry, still talking. The current Secretary of War was in the National Guard. Was the rank
he served overseas.
All right.
But he was in the National Guard.
He
was the rank of major. So can you show me all of these?
He served overseas.
When did I say he didn't serve overseas, Joe? When did I say that?
He's a fine member of our military. So
okay.
He's a
drunk.
All right. Let's have Jeff try to go since he was trying to go earlier. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, you're good. You're perfect.
Dope. I just want to know first. Let's start with like language. Which dictionary, Joe, are we using today?
What are you talking about, pal?
You were having a conversation about what trans means. I'm assuming
trans
you're getting.
Means across.
I don't know why I don't know why you're talking while I'm fucking talking.
Because
That's
I'm
weird.
talking.
Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna ask people to mute the lower primate while his betters are talking.
Of course, there we go. Ad hominem.
Yes. No, not ad hominems. Observations. So we're gonna do this. I don't want this to take 3 hours. This is gonna be very simple. Are you
Okay,
getting
simple
your
up, pal.
definition? Stop crying. Everything you're doing right now is just crying and whining.
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
crying.
using a definition from a dictionary, Joe?
I don't need a dictionary. I know what the
You
word
don't.
means.
Okay, so you just made it up. Good. So we're gonna take the thing you made up and we're gonna throw it in the trash. So we've taken care now of your understanding of trans. Let's get rid of that. So now, what is your issue with trans people in the military, Joe?
I don't have any issue with trans people in the military. The military does.
Okay, show me that.
Show me that. Isn't it? Erica, why don't you tell them about what the military stance on trans people is?
Well, I can tell you what one person's stance on trans people. You said the military as a whole. Can you show me that?
The administrators in the military started.
I didn't ask you about the administrators. I didn't ask you about the administrators in the military. It seems you have a second problem with language, Joe.
I don't have a problem with language, my friend.
Okay, so what did I ask you? What question do you think you're answering right now, Joe?
Why don't you repeat your question?
You don't even know what question you're answering. I will
Jeffy, repeat your question.
That's
Jeffy.
fine. I'll repeat it. What is the military's stance on trans people?
As far as I know, the military is not accepting trans people into the military for induction.
I didn't ask you what the military is doing. You see how you have a problem with language, Joe? I'm asking you, what is their stance as a whole?
Get their official policy. Go read it for me.
I didn't. Okay, so again, why is it that when I say words, I'm really good with English, you editorialize them? Is that an issue that you have, Joe?
Is the military accepting trans right now?
Nobody's talking about that. I'm asking you, what is the military's stance as a whole?
I'm assuming it's antithetical to it.
I don't want you to assume. I want you to know. Assumptions are stupid.
Everybody's problem is with the Secretary of Defense right now?
I didn't ask you about the Secretary of Defense, Joe.
I'm free to speak about anything I like to.
Okay, but that's good. You can, absolutely. Listen, Joe, you're not controversial.
Yes,
I'm sure your mother finds you adorable. I find you mildly.
My mother passed away years ago,
And she still finds you adorable, I'm sure, but I don't care about that. I'm asking, if you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about, all I'm going to know is that you're afraid of my question.
Why don't you make your point, Jeffy? Jeffy, why don't you make your point?
Joe, my point was to ask you a question. You're not tracking. The question is, what is the military? This is now the fifth time I'm asking you, by the way. What is the military stance? I'm going to ask you for a fifth time. What is the military's stance on trans people? Go ahead.
I am assuming the military stance is.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you, don't assume. You either know what it is, and you can tell me evidence of. Listen, Joe, let me make it easy. No, listen. I know that school was a long time ago. You probably weren't paying attention. I don't want you to put it any other way except for this. I want you to know what it is and show me evidence of it.
Jeffy, why don't you just tell me?
No. Look.
Why don't you just tell us?
Joe, I know you're uncomfortable.
Why don't you just tell us?
Now you're repeating yourself. You're acting like a lower primate again. Stop throwing feces against the wall, Joe.
Just tell us, Pat.
Somebody mute the.
Just tell us.
All right. So the question is, do you know what the military stance is? Yes or no?
Just tell us.
I'm not telling you shit. Do you know what the military stance is?
Just
Yes
tell us
or no?
that we move on.
Okay, so you don't know. We're just going to assume. Now we're going to assume you don't know.
Let's talk.
We're going to actually infer that you don't know.
Here's what I said. I said it's apparent that the military's perspective stance on homosexuality and transgenderism is they ain't for it. I don't know that.
Show me evidence of that, Joe.
Well, then if they ain't against it, then
I just at this juncture, Joe Shushies, I just want to point out the military has not banned the entire LGBTQIA plus. So why you're talking about gay people when Jeff is asking you about trans people, I don't know. By the way, just for everybody's information, I'm in charge for a bit. I shall probably remain quiet while Jeff is here because he's going to school Joe.
Is the U.S. military okay with trans and gay people?
That, how are you this confused? That is what I am asking you.
What's the problem?
Let me tell you how this works. I asked you a question, and then you answer the question and show me evidence. Why are you speaking right now?
I think we should be happy.
You're incredibly rude and uncivilized. I shudder to think that people like you pollute my neighborhood with your uncivilized ways. You should become more civilized. The culture is.
Are you gay, Jeff?
Are you asking me out? I'm married. Now, look, the point that I'm asking you is...
I'm gay. I'm very happy.
I don't care about any of that. I want you to tell me the answer to my question and the evidence for the answer. Can you do that?
I'm not interested in answering
Snickers?
If you're not interested, then go away, bitch. Goodbye.
Yeah. We reached 90k taps anyway, so, you know.
So long, Bear.
Let me see who else is in the box.
That was oddly satisfying. I'm gonna let y'all get back to it. Thank you for allowing me to make him uncomfortable for a little bit.
No worries, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. Heart you.
Love y'all.
Hi there. How old are you?
20.
Sorry?
29.
29. Okay. Do you have some an opinion on the background?
The military aspect. My opinion is they don't necessarily care about like gays and lesbians and like asexuals, but like the trans standpoint, I can kind of get because the military life, like when you're in boot camp, because I was in boot camp back in like 2016, and then due to health reasons, I was not able to follow through with deployment and shit like that. But they instill onto you that you are not an individual anymore when you're in the military. You are basically a collective hive mind, and so individuality and free thinking is very frowned upon, and it is so
presumably then nobody like gets married or has a family.
Well, my boyfriend's trans. Like he's FTM. He's getting a hysterectomy in August, and then has a referral top surgery. We know they're covered for that. I'm just saying, like I get why they don't like it, and I don't agree with it, but I go why they like it, don't like it, and because with individuality and free thinking, like that doesn't really work in the military because your orders are orders, and if you're questioning or you have a sense of this is right, this is wrong, it complicates their whole system.
So you don't disagree with the background though?
That what background? No.
The background on the screen. You do or don't disagree?
They should be allowed in the military because I feel as if like they would be more patriotic and more outspoken towards wrongdoings, whereas in other cases you basically see hetero men, a majority of hetero men, or people that are brought up in a sort of background.
All right, if you don't disagree, then let's get to the next one. I don't know why you need like 9 fucking different explanations. Hey guys, we are looking for ops. I hope everybody's having a great day. I gotta leave in about 5 minutes. Okay. I would like to go live later, so if I can, I'll let you guys in Discord and the bulletin board know. If you guys are just finding me, go ahead and click follow in the top left. Subscribe to me on YouTube. And if you guys want to join Discord, I announce their head time when I go live. All right, this person's loading. We're only looking for ops, guys. So if you're in the request box and you're not an op, please drop. And Erica, thanks for helping out while I was stepping away.
That was very quick.
I told you it was going to be a quick shower.
That.
I told you it was going to be a quick shower.
I don't know what you can have. I think you just jumped in, got yourself a bit wet, and then jumped out again.
I put shampoo and body wash on. I did the whole 9.
I could not shower in that time.
Well, I had to get it done. I mean, to be fair, it's a lot easier for guys to shower quickly. All right, Mazel, you're just, I don't know what you're going on. You're loading too much or something. Yeah, I mean, if I need to, I can be really fast. I mean, I prefer not to rush it, but it's all good.
I am not fast in the shower. I have to do, I mean, my hair alone takes like 3 years to wash.
I feel that pain. I really do.
It's better now. I've got a shag though, because I've got less hair, even though it's still long.
Hey, Quote, how you doing? What's up?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going? Hey, and
It's going.
so that's kind of like a trap question that you're asking by the background as well, because me personally, I don't hate LGBTQ people. I have friends that are trans or are gay, but the fact that you're asking that question, you're trying to pull out a trap just to get all of the major, the major white wingers, that are all like crazy. You know what I mean? You're trying to pretty much get them to come out so you can show the 0.1% of the population of the Republicans, but that's just not really how it is.
No. So I'm doing this because my belief is that anybody that voted for Trump is harming the community, and so there are a lot of people that are outwardly very harmful towards the community. But I also want to speak to people who don't think they are, because I think they are harming the community just as much.
Well, I mean, I could say the same thing about the teachers that promote gender identity and all that stuff that's really not supposed to be in schools or curriculums.
Right. Well, if you think that's bad,
they're trying to
tell me why you think that's bad.
Trying to pressure the children in their classroomms, though, talking about
tell me why you think that's
they're
bad.
not feeling comfortable in their bodies and that they need to get gender surgeries and that they need to
Where's
get.
Where's that being said? Quote, slow down. Where is that being said, and who is it being said by? Where is it that teachers are saying if you don't feel comfortable in your body, you should get surgery? Like, where is this happening? Other than on Facebook posts that you read. Like, show me it's happening. Oh my gosh.
I put a sock in your mouth because you were grandstanding. Unmute.
Like, show me that's the thing.
Sir. Go to Davis High School in Davis, California, sir. This is not.
Davis High School. Okay, hold on. Davis High School, and then what? Hold on. Davis High School. What teacher said this?
I'm not sure about the teachers. I can't really tell you about the teachers. This is coming from the kids at the school themselves.
So it's kids telling other kids this?
Schools. This is coming from. No, this is coming from kids and their experiences with the teachers. What do you mean?
Well, so what teacher? I just want to know what teacher. I want to know what teacher. Yeah, well, you probably should have done that beforehand. Gosh. Guys, these are things you should do beforehand. Eric, are you trying to come back up? These are things you should have done beforehand.
Yeah, I was going to go, but I just looked up on the school website, and the word gay does not exist on the school website, nor does the word trans, except in relation to auto transmissions. So this is the exact same guy that came up earlier.
Fuck. All right, guys, this is a good time to end it because I got to run to the gym to work out a few clients. Like I said, I will try to be live later. I will let everybody in Discord and the bulletin board know if I do. Okay, so if you want to know ahead of time, please join my Discord.
Wait, you said what on their website?
Nah,
there is nothing on their there is nothing on their website about any of this.
All right, guys. Erica and Mitra, you guys want to say anything before I drop?
Just thank you for having me up. I love you, Erica. It's always lovely to be on a panel with you. Thank you for all the gifts. Happy Pride, everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you, Mitra. Take care. Make sure you guys give Mitra a follow. Erica?
I just want to say congratulations to Mitria on the name change. Congrats. Yeah. Happy Pride Month. And Doug, I don't like that shirt as much as I like the one you were wearing before because I love yellow.
Well, the gym doesn't allow that shirt. I got to wear the shirt to train people, but I'll let them know. I'll let them know that you said that.
Okay, if you could say that Erica off the internet said that you should let Doug into the gym in his yellow shirt.
I'll
That'd
give
be
them all
good.
a heads up. All right, Erica, I
Okay,
appreciate
please
it. All right, take care.
Bye.
Hey guys, we're gonna raid Oscar. Do you guys don't know who Oscar is? I don't know Oscar's handle. Oh, no, it's Oscar Quinnen. Okay. OSKAR space QUENTIN. Okay. That's what we're going to be raiding. I think he has a YouTube. I'm pretty sure. So that's who we're going to raid. If you guys don't know who he is, good person to follow. Does pretty good debates. Again, go ahead and click follow in the top left. Subscribe to me on YouTube. And I think that's it. I appreciate all the gifts. I appreciate the Venmo, the Cash Apps, all that good stuff. It means a lot. Well, it's not appreciated. It does help me continue to do these lives. And hopefully I can see you guys tomorrow or later on today, okay? Everybody take care and have a good one.